Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. I have a Gojira on my lap. Yes, indeed. She is a good hamster. She's been running around like crazy in her side of her wheel in her cage. And so I reached down and grabbed hold of her. And now here she is because she's a cutie and I like showing off my hamsters. So I'm going to put her back in her cage, though, so that she can run around. She's pretty active. And so... but she's a sweetie, and I just wanted to show her off. So here we go. Here we go, little one. Thank you so much. Yay! I love hamsters so much, which everybody knows. I mean, even if you've never seen me before or heard of me before, you know this, which is not true. Just making fun of the English language there. If you've watched my videos, you know that, because I try to show off a hamster a day. But if you are new, then, hey, I like hamsters a lot. Quite a bit. I like rodents. I don't know why. I mean, we don't understand why we are wired the way we are. We have, 100,000 different proteins. There are trillions of cells in our bodies. Our brains are plastic. All of our lives are genetics all shuffled in our DNA. We don't know how we're hardwired. We discover how we are hardwired as we go through life. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, in my case, as soon as I first saw hamsters, it was like something melted in my heart, and I realized that hamsters are awesome beyond words.
I hope that one day things will change, but a little chunk of hope keeps me going every day.
Why? No clue. Thumbs up for that. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, it's weird, it's wild, it's woolly. I mean, it's like, that's how you discover at like 50 years old, that you find that pictures of people being eaten by reptiles really, hey, gets your blood flowing. Because that happens. You never know. It's odd. People are weird. Especially with our strange and deviant desires that we try not to talk about with people. But, ooh, boy, oh boy, there's those things that you see, you'll go, oh, I like that. Even if it's something horrific and nightmarish where you go, gosh, I really shouldn't feel thrilled about that. But, hey, psychology, wiring, thumbs up. As long as you're not a psychopath or you don't kill people or do anything. Lord God, that was a huge leg spike. Hopefully it's going to be still recording, because at 2 minutes and 45 seconds I don't want to start over again. Just don't hurt people. Don't kill people. Informed consent is one of the most important things that you can ever get from another human being. It has to be informed consent. They have to be old enough to understand, or of proper mind to be able to understand what's happening. And after fully understanding, they have to say yes. If you do not have consent, then don't do whatever you're going to do, especially if it hurts anybody. Good Lord. Now, I'm not one of those who... I mean, I don't want to ever hurt anybody, but if somebody gives informed consent and wants to be hurt, I don't know about that. I have thoughts about such. I mean, I've had weird thoughts and drifting, what is the word on that one? Well, I guess thoughts still, just about what, because I try to think about stuff as a writer. So when I come across a weird thought, it's like, well, let's explore that. Doesn't matter if it's deviant or harmful. It's like, hey, well, what if you could just stab someone with a butcher knife with your left hand on Tuesdays? Just as an example. It's like, well, let's stretch that out into society and try and extrapolate what would happen from that. And it's cool. I mean, it's fun to come up with stuff, just as long as, again, informed consent and you don't hurt people. Unless they want to be hurt. In a way, this kind of ties into... There's this one webcomic called Olaf, and it's really, really weird. It started off with sort of a straight story of this one person. And as it went on, it just got weirder and started doing more sidetracks, and then eventually they just killed the main character and then went off on the world. And that's a good thing. But one of the stories involves these, it's a sex comedy slash sex parody. They originally started off wanting to do like pornography, but then, like me, the writer discovered that, you know, they can't be serious about anything, and the artist discovered they like being really silly too. So now it's just sex parody. But in this one strip, they had these two guys having sex, but they discovered that they really liked it is when they started doing like lumberjack and tree role playing, to the point that they were like, one of them was wearing a tree suit, stuff like that. But at the end of it, they're laying in bed together, and then they both notice that there's a leg from like mid-calf that's been separated and is lying on the bed. And they're just sort of going, well, I'll just worry about that later. I mean, if it's mine, I'll worry about it later. I'm tired right now. We'll just deal with it later. And that is weird, and yet I like it for two reasons. Number one, it's the informed consent. And number two, it's like, well, you know, one of us ended up badly hurt. But that's okay. Informed consent. As long as you go into it knowing that you may come out of it with parts missing. As long as you accept the risk. So, yay. Oh, I am in a lot of pain today. Oh, my sleep apnea mask forces air down into my digestive tract. And right now, I have got a lot of air working its way through my gut, and it must be in still my small intestinal tract, because it feels like knives have been jabbed underneath my rib cage. It feels bloated because of the gas that's working its way through my system. Yay! It hurts like the devil, and it's hurting worse the longer I sit here. So, thumbs up for that. Boy, do I love pain. And it's, of course, because it's in my abdomen like that, it's also wrapped up and inflaming and irritating the nerves that run from my back, and so my back feels worse than ever right now, too. Definitely a thumbs up. Oh, and at 9 o'clock, I'm supposed to have therapy with my counselor. I can't drive out to go see him at the moment. I don't have enough money for gas for my vehicle. So luckily we can have online therapy sessions. It's online therapy, but it's only because I can't drive to see my therapist. So we're doing online stuff with my normal therapist. And oh, if this doesn't relax, I'm going to have to call him up at like 8 something and just say, I can't do this because this is bad and getting worse. Hokey smokes, my back hurts so bad, my gut is just killing me. Yay! It's good to be 56 years old, isn't it? It's better than being dead. I mean, shucks, my wife was 41 when she died. Talk about being robbed. Oh, literally, it feels like I've got knives jabbed into my gut. Rusty knives, too. Dull, rusty knives stabbed into my gut and then being wiggled around. Oh, joyous. And of course, because it's air and it's going through my digestive tract, there's only one end, well, one literal end that it couldn't be coming at of. So later on, when it finally does work its way out of my small digestive tract and into my large colon, and then it's going to work its way out, and then it's going to be noisy. Because, yep, if it comes in this end, it's got to come out the other. In a way, I have discovered to my horror that if you do hold in intestinal gas, your body, to get rid of it, will reabsorb it and expel it out through your lungs. So that can explain some of your bad breath too, if you have bad breath issues. It's terrible and awful being organic and human, having to deal with all of the frailties of human flesh and all of the effects of the chemical factories going on inside of our bodies, because we are just amazing chemical factories here. Especially our stomachs, just pits of hydrochloric acid. I mean, good golly, Miss Molly, your stomach has to regenerate itself from scratch every 2 weeks, because it basically digests itself because of the hydrochloric acid, even with all of the mucus and slime being produced by your stomach to protect itself. It can't. Now, there are people that have always, like through the decades, you know, drank milk and tried to stay away from hot peppers because of ulcers. And amazingly, as we have discovered, I don't know if anyone finds this a surprise, but I had to live through it. Well, from the 70s and onward, you know, like from the 1900s and on radio and TV, you'd always see people drinking milk for ulcers. And the big advice was always stay away from hot, spicy stuff, which of course, amazingly, because they didn't know that 95% of all ulcers are bacterial. And providing them with milk actually makes them worse. And what does capsaicin do? Like in hot peppers, it kills the bacteria that causes ulcers. So for 100 years or more, at least on the television era, and maybe even before, people were doing just the exact opposite of what they should have done with their ulcers. Hokey smokes. I actually had ulcers for a time because of my alcoholism. And oh boy, that was not fun. I'm glad that's not a good thing, because you bleed internally. And bleeding internally is not good. You don't want to be bleeding, ever. I mean, bleeding is bad. Bleed. Blood belongs inside of your body, not outside of your body. And of course, for all those people, if you're having your period, that's not bleeding. You're shedding your endometrial lining. That is a lining. That is, yes, it is filled with all sorts of nutritious blood and such, but you're not bleeding. So there. Just for all those people that don't know. I don't know why I said so there. I think I was trying to say so there to all the people that say, oh, you're bleeding when this. It's like, no. Because like there's that old thing of, you know, never trust anything that bleeds for 5 days and doesn't die. It's like, well, the very moment that I heard that, it was like, I'm already irritated because it's not factual. And anything like that just immediately just goes, argh, and it bugs me. So yeah. I mean, it's a misogynistic statement anyway, so that bugged me. But like I said, I've been a feminist since before I was even a teenager. Because all my life, injustice has bothered me. And the way women are treated in the world, and especially in the United States, is unjust. And injustice just pisses me off, even as a kid. And so I have been a feminist since forever. One of those actual male feminists that goes along with, you know, what feminism is, which is not about hating men. It's about making things equal for everybody. You're trying to bring women up instead of being crushed by culture and society, so that they're treated equally. And then when everybody is treated equally, so that men aren't treated badly and women aren't treated badly, so that everyone is treated well, that is the goal. That is the goal. So thumbs up for that. Plus, it's yesterday it rained a lot, and so of course I dragged my umbrella out when I went walking. Actually, we went walking twice, because I walked to, where did I walk to? Oh yeah, I had to pay my rent yesterday, so I walked to pay the rent. And then last night, because just before like 9:30, 10:30, something like that, I went for a short walk again. I just walked around in downtown and then came back. And slept pretty well, so that's a good thing. Now, I also have, and somebody was worried about this, but I'm not going to, hopefully well, I got this clonidine for my back. Now it's clonidine HCl, but this is blood pressure clonidine. But it's also a clonidine that makes you drowsy. Now, I'm not being given clonidine for blood pressure. I've been given clonidine to try and help me sleep at night, because right now it's horrific and nightmarish, because I'm lucky if I sleep 3-4 hours a night because of pain. This, unfortunately, because of what it is, you have to take it regularly, and if you stop suddenly, your blood pressure can spike! So, I'm not too thrilled about that idea, but we'll see what happens, because I do need to see. Plus, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me comments. I am not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. And it's a range of 20 to 25, because even though I count American Sign Language because of my depression and more, I forget. I'm 1,000% better and getting better all the time. But with my fibro, which is never going to get better, but I'm coming out of my depression, so I try. Let me call up my Chrome. Come on, Chrome. We have Mug Pie Campbell. I like that name. Thank you very, very much. And hi, Mista. Ooh, thank you very, very much. And your average otaku person. Thumbs up and thank you. Joseph Smitherman. Thank you very, very much. Ninja Cat Attack. Thank you very much. JQMALX. Thumbs up. Thank you very much. Jeff Goodrich. Greatly appreciated. Owen Graham. Thumbs up and thank you. Luca Signorelli. Boy, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. BMB Aaron. Thumbs up and thank you. Josh is Bats. Thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciate. Russian Timing. Greatly appreciate. Confused Owl 29. That's right. I would never harm a goat. Now, Hitchhiker, you know, it's easy to pretend that their screams and cries for help aren't really human. And then there's Tom Hardcastle, greatly appreciated. Zane13, thumbs up and thank you. Then we have Charlotte Rothmeyer, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, good to see you in the comments. Moonshiner, thumbs up and thank you. And Mika Mach 5, definitely a thumbs up. Craso Karen, thumbs up and thank you very much. And please get help for your hand if you're watching. Joe Cavaliero, greatly appreciated. And Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. James, thumbs up and thank you. Chris with an apostrophe. And last but not least, Brian Glenn. Thumbs up and thank you. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. That's a good thing. And greatly appreciate it. Thumbs up and thank you, each and every one of you. My apologies for having to clear my throat so much. I got up and less than an hour later, I started recording. So my voice didn't even get a chance to get the mucus knocked off of it yet. So my sincere apologies. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. My sincere apologies. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people. Kitty, what are you doing? Kitty! Kitty? What? Oh, you're tearing apart a piece of paper. How about that? Yeah. I can't remember where I was, but if you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, otherwise YouTube isn't going to let you know when my videos come out. That would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. My voice was not as full and rolling as normal because it keeps clogging up right now. I mean, good Lord. It's like every 10 seconds I'm having to clear my throat now. It's ridiculous. What's going on? Must be the cancer. Hopefully, I don't have cancer. But I do have a very sarcastic sense of humor. Anyway, though, I got this video, in case you hadn't noticed. I have another video to edit and render. I have another video I have to record, then edit and render. I have 3 walkies videos I need to do. It's bright and sunny enough, I may be able to drag the camera out to get more construction zone walkies, because they should be just about done with the roundabout. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and hopefully you're not going to have to irritate yourself and your viewers by clearing your throat every 5 seconds.